What's up, you guys? Slim here with a new video today, and I'm here to actually do a video response to my boy AlintheaYoh. Shout out to you, Will. He just did a video about one of the most debated, hated, talked about topics in this game's history, and that is net decking. Net decking in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm here to actually give a response. I thought it was a great video. I saw it last night. I even put a comment. I was like, dude, I loved everything you had to say. You know, I'm gonna make a response. I think it's just something a lot of people should make a response to, just because, let's be honest, I think everybody wants to know most people's opinions on net decking. And let's face it, we know that it's pretty much split down the middle, and I'm gonna give you guys my 2 cents on it. So let's start with the basics. Net decking. We all have fucking done it. I don't think there's that many people in this game that can say, oh no, I've never net decked a deck ever in my entire life. And, you know, it's hard to say what is fully considered net decking. Some people consider net decking if you take, I don't know, 80% of the deck idea and throw in an extra 20% of your own. Some people say if you fully copy the deck, it's net decking. Some people say if you change one card, you know, there's all these debates and whatnot. And here's what I honestly think. When it comes to net decking, I think the best example, and I've given this example before because when I heard it, it just was like, my God, what the fuck? Yes, this is the best answer ever. Glasgow Yugioh's videos a while back about the scrub mentality or something, and something about how he used a metaphor of where net decking is basically something about if you go to the hospital, if two people go to the hospital, so say me and AlintheaYoh go to the hospital and he gets a cure and I'm like, yo, I want to know what the cure is, and I'm tired of being sick myself. And in Yu-Gi-Oh, the cure is the deck list. The deck list that takes first place, the pendulum deck or whatever deck it is that takes first place, that's the cure for, you know, whatever you got. I know this sounds a little weird, you know, just bear with me on this. Basically, it was saying that the deck list is the cure, is the medicine, is the cure for what's wrong. And what's wrong is you can't win Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's the cure. Now, as you know, if I was a patient in the hospital and I saw a friend, you know, just have the same exact symptoms as I did and immediately just get out because they had the cure, the first thing I would be like, it's shit, man, what's the cure? I need to get out of here too. And that's the thing, that's where, when I heard that, it changed my whole opinion on net decking, because you would play someone in a regional and you oh, you're playing that. You think to yourself, oh, they're playing that. Let me guess, they probably got that, that, and that. It's yep, they got it. And, you know, you would automatically know, what people, you know, what people's mentality was. I'm fully guilty of net decking, straight up honest. I've done it plenty of times, and it doesn't matter what deck it is, I've done it plenty of times, and honestly, I have never really had a problem with it. And the reason being is that I think it's healthy to net deck, because one of the best points Will made was that it gives you a general idea of how the deck functions if you haven't picked the deck up before. For myself, Monarchs, okay, Monarchs are pretty simple to play, they are. But in the beginning, when I picked up the 3 structure decks, I was like, all right, what route am I gonna go? I looked at so many deck lists and I was like, I don't have Kuras, I got one, I'm like, multiple seems cool, but you know, where do I go? I saw the chicken game build with terraforming. The whole theory of siding out 7 cards with the 2 chicken game, 2 terraforming, 3 upstart to give yourself 7 side deck slots. I was like, oh man, that's totally perfect for a starting point. And I did well with it. I thought that, you know, this is someone's deck idea and it worked perfectly for me. Does that make me a net decker? Yes. Do I care? Hell no. Because, you know, it worked. And that's the thing. Half the time people complain, man, net decking is such bullshit. It's dog, it fucking works. I can't even keep a straight face with this, because, you know, there's been so much heated debate. People get pissed. They're like, man, you're such a net decker. Or, it was ever directed at me, God, Slim, you're such a fucking net decker. Fuck you. And it's man, I'm sorry. But, you know, back in the day when I played Rabbit, yeah, I mean, I had people who work with me on the deck. I saw people's decks. I tried them. And, you know, a lot of times, certain builds were just superior to others. And that's something that I think people need to understand. Why are you getting mad about the deck that won first place? You could say, oh, he got lucky. Oh, he won every die roll. Oh, he drew well. Yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Yo, it happens anyway. You know, you're gonna win the die roll. You're gonna lose the die roll. You're gonna draw broken. You're gonna draw the bricks, and you're like, fuck, I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! But, you know, sometimes you're just gonna win it all. Sometimes it's just your day. And the whole point that people get mad that, you know, people net deck, it's well, you know, it's a starting point. Now, do I think it's good to net deck forever? Probably not. I think it takes away from the creative aspect. Will talked about the junk doppel deck. I play net deck too. I play Jeff Jones build. So you see, net decker right here. But the thing is, some decks are so complicated. You need a, what's the word? You need like an outline of where to start. You need a starting point. Like for whatever deck you pick up, you need a starting point. When I picked up Infernoids, I know Infernoids like totally off the map after Dallas. You know, it was just like I used Eric Christensen's deck as a, you know, as an outline. Then I used iTweety's deck as an outline. Like you have these outlines, and you're like, okay, they're having success with the deck. There has to be a reason. You know, people are like, oh, people just net deck. Well, you know, if they won, if they got that far, then it obviously works. And that's the thing that I think people need to understand is that you can get mad at players for net decking. You know you've done it too. There are very few people in this game I know that do it. I only know one person, one of my personal friends, my boy Yugioh. You have never net decked in your life. And I've tried to tell you, yo, look at this deck. Look at it. Nope. He won't do it. He'll put whatever the hell he wants in his deck. And you know what? It drives me crazy, but I respect it because he won't net deck. He's like, I don't need someone else's deck to tell me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you know, it's like, you know what? Okay. I respect that. That's the other side of this argument. If you don't want to net deck, then fuck it. Don't do it. You don't need to do it. If you want to play what you want to play and you want to get as far as you can with an idea that you feel you came up with, then do it. I'm not condoning and saying that net decking is the answer, because it is not if it's not your thing. And that's the simplest thing. Like, these arguments have gone on for years, and it's like, well, at the end of the day, who the fuck's gonna tell me what to do? Who the fuck's gonna tell you what to do? You think I'm gonna come over there and be like, yo, you better not net deck my deck? Or, you know, you think Pat or Billy are gonna be like, oh, you better not net deck my deck? Hell no, they don't give a fuck. And that's the best part, is that, you know, net decking, we all do it. And if we don't do it, well, good. Then we're trying to find some innovation in the game. And I think that at the end of the day, net decking is healthy. It is healthy in Yu-Gi-Oh! Most people think, oh no, it's not healthy at all. Well, let's face it. Majority of the decks look the same. The Pendulum decks, they look the same. The Monarch decks, you know, most decks, they look the same outside of a couple cards. Does the original skeleton come from somewhere? Hell yes, it does. And that's the thing that is just funny to me, because there will always be arguments that net decking is wrong. And you know what? No, it's not wrong. It's something that happens in the game, and you know, it's going to continue to happen in the game. And I think for players that haven't played in a long time and they don't know where to start, you can look at a deck list. You don't have to play it card for card, but you can at least get an idea of how to play the deck and how to come back into the game after you haven't played for so long. Case in point, myself. I've already told you guys, I net deck, and fuck it, I'm proud of it. I don't even care. Like, I don't net deck 100%. Like, I think maybe in the past I've done it only card for card, side deck, action deck once, and even then, it didn't bring me as good a success as I thought it would. A lot of times, people need to understand that. Perfect example, Jeff Jones. Net deck Jeff Jones if you want. Good luck. That guy, I think, is completely different than most people. Same with Angel Flores. If you net deck players, you're not, you know, you might not play like they do. You might not think like they do, and I can guarantee you don't. And you're gonna draw hand combinations, you'll be like, this deck doesn't work, this deck sucks. You're wrong. The deck works for them, not you. Pretty simple concept. And I guess the last thing before I wrap up this video, and I'm kind of getting into one of my rant modes, I kind of like it, but the best thing, one of the other best things I took away from Will's video was that give credit where credit is due. I have said that for years, you know, just in how we used to do the profiles a couple years ago. You know, there'd be like 4 or 5 of us getting deck profiles, one live profile, a bunch of DN shots. Give credit where credit's due. This is absolutely no different at all. You know, I've given credit. The Monarch decks I played, the first one was by Los, the second one was by Mike Steinman, the third one I played was by my boy Ed Deception. You know, I give credit because I am not afraid to give credit. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh man, I'm such a genius at Yu-Gi-Oh! We all know I fucking suck at Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm a scrub, it's whatever. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, I will always give credit where credit is due. I do it in every aspect of my life, and I think it's just a good habit to have. Don't take credit for someone else's work. Like, it's simple as that. Because you're not doing yourself any favor. Because, you know, if you ever get put on the spot, you're not even going to know what to say. So, anyways, I rambled enough. Shout out to you, AlintheaYoh. I have your video down below in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you want to see more response videos, more discussions like this, a little more rants, a little more getting a little crazy. Yes, I woke up. I had my cup of coffee, so y'all can tell it's a good morning for me. So yeah, once again, you know, leave a comment below. Let me know your honest thoughts. You agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I don't care if you agree or disagree. those are just my opinions on net decking, and I think I've covered it. I think Will and myself have covered it in just a way that just makes sense. Like, I hope other YouTubers will make a response to this, because I know everyone's got a different opinion. So that's all I got to say. Give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.